Now at 11.
We introduce you to a Macon ministry that's been serving free meals to folks for 1,000 weekends.
Plus, plenty of people will be traveling this week to celebrate Thanksgiving. We'll give you all the insights on how to be best prepared to hit the roads or fly this holiday. President-elect Trump has announced his nominations for the entirety of his cabinet. Hear about the latest choices and how people are viewing his transition into the presidency. 13 WMAZ News starts now. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Western. A free hot meal, especially on a cold day, can mean the world to some folks. And one Macon ministry made feeding others their mission. Today, they celebrated hitting 1,000 weekends of serving breakfast to anyone who walks through their church doors. That's over 19 years. Celine Arif introduces you to Scrambled Eggs for Jesus and shares just how much food it takes to reach this milestone.
Hot coffee, breakfast, and fellowship can warm folks up even on the coldest days.
Tried to come up with an idea that we could do to serve in the community, and we started with a little breakfast. And that was Labor Day weekend 2005.
Ray Rover says that little breakfast has came a big way since. Just look at how many folks showed up to eat, pray, and volunteer almost 20 years later.
Just brighten somebody's day to come in, get a nice warm meal, and somebody to smile and ask them how they are and talk with them and pray with them.
Volunteer Matt Gray says it's been a blessing for him to help bless other people. Anyone who needs a hot meal is welcomed, no questions asked.
The lost, the lonely, the broken, the hurting, those people that just need a little encouragement, and that's what the fellowship is all about. Let's sit down and let's hear something good.
Now, thankfully, they've done the math for us here on this board, so we didn't have to. With their 100,000 meals prepared, they've done 10,000 dozen eggs and, get this, 5,000 gallons of grits.
Mother's Day tornado, when they cut the gas off and we couldn't cook, but we handed out Pop-Tarts. So we kept going.
They even kept going through COVID-19 by making to-go meals. And volunteers and donations have kept this place running through everything else in between.
Our motto here is if God guides, God provides. We've never been short of anything. We're in an old building and we got the same story. Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
It's not every day you might see Jesus and scrambled eggs in the same sentence. But through this ministry, Scrambled Eggs for Jesus, you'll see it every weekend here. Reporting in Macon, Celine Arif, 13 WMAZ News.
What an awesome initiative. And Scrambled Eggs for Jesus meets every Sunday morning at the Heritage at Houston United Methodist Church. If you'd like to volunteer, make sure you show up before 7 a.m. to lend a helping hand. And if you're looking for somewhere to get a free holiday meal or for people to spend Thanksgiving with, you have a few options this week. On Wednesday, Forrest B. Johnson and Associates will be giving away 1,200 meals at 4 different locations in Macon. You can pick up your food at Burdell Hunt Elementary School, Southwest High School, L.H. Williams Elementary School, or Unionville Baptist Church. The giveaways start at 10 a.m. and they'll have 300 meals at each location. And over in Warner Robins, Postured for His Promises Incorporated is hoping to feed 200 unhoused or struggling families. You can head over to the Hispanic Foursquare Church on Alberta Road. It's happening from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. this Wednesday. And on Thanksgiving Day, you can go to Billy's Clubhouse for a Thanksgiving potluck. Doors open at 7 p.m. and dinner starts at 8 p.m. If you bring a dish, you can get a free drink. And if you don't take part in one of Central Georgia's giveaways, there's still good news. Thanksgiving grocery prices could be the lowest you've seen in years. The cost of soft drinks, bacon, bread, and milk have leveled off. Green beans and pumpkins are cheaper, but you're paying slightly more for cranberries and wine. And more importantly, the star of the season, turkey, is way down. A whole bird is about $1.40 per pound. That's 16% less than last year and the lowest it's been in 5 years. And with Thanksgiving on Thursday, you may be wondering what's open and what's not. All government offices will be closed, and if you're planning to do some last-minute shopping on Thanksgiving, some stores will be closed too. Aldi, Costco, Walmart, Lowe's, and PetSmart will all be closed. And if you need to go and do some shopping, certain Kroger, Food Lion, CVS, and Family Dollar locations will be open, so you'll have to check to see what your local store hours are. And if you end up burning your turkey or you just need something to eat, there are a couple of locations that'll be open in Macon. Little India, Loom, and S&S Cafeteria will all be open on Thanksgiving. And although Thanksgiving centers around the food, you still actually have to get to the table, and a record amount of people will be traveling this holiday. We're taking a live look at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. 4.2 million passengers are expected to travel through the airport between Friday and Tuesday, December 3rd. Officials recommend that travelers get to the airport at least 2.5 to 3 hours before they are scheduled to board. The Transportation Security Administration expects 18.3 million passengers nationwide during the travel period. Now, the busiest day will be Friday with over 370,000 passengers, and next to that will be Saturday and Sunday when everyone is flying in and out on November 30th and December 1st. And if flying isn't really your style, AAA expects you won't be alone. Nearly 71.7 million people will be hitting the roads this Thanksgiving holiday. Tomorrow and Tuesday, the Georgia Department of Transportation predicts moderate congestion from 3 to 7 p.m. But Wednesday's where traffic's actually going to begin to pick up. GDOT expects heavy congestion from noon to 6 p.m. They recommend you add about 30 to 40 minutes to your drive times. Now, the best day for travel will be Thanksgiving Day and Friday. They're expecting light traffic those days. And if you're planning to hit the roads this week, there's some more good news because gas prices are more than 25 cents cheaper than this time last year at 3 cents a gallon or less across the country. It's even better here in Georgia, though, as Georgia gas is 12 cents cheaper than the national average. Now, if you're going to the pumps here in Macon, you'll pay about $2.95. Gas is a little cheaper in Warner Robins at $2.93. And if you're traveling through Atlanta, gas won't be too bad either, costing you about $2.96 a gallon. Now, on the other hand, AAA says domestic airfare will cost you a bit more compared to 2023 as travel is up by 3%.
Well, we've been having a fantastic weekend so far, clear skies and fall-like temperatures. Now, when we start the work week tomorrow, the pattern is going to shift, and I think we'll see some partly cloudy skies and a series of rain chances for the middle of the week. Now, looking at the National Fairgrounds, we're having clear skies throughout. The current number down in Perry, 41 degrees. And if we look at today's headlines, it's going to be the last cold night in a while. So when I mean a while, it will be into the 40s and potentially the 50s in terms of overnight lows. And then once we get into Friday, that's when a cold front's going to arrive and bring in cooler temperatures. Now, we're still into the warming trend. The afternoon highs for tomorrow, lower 70s, and it's going to stay like that for the majority of the week. Rain chances for the midweek, and unfortunately, the highest rain chance will be during Thanksgiving. Satellite and radar shows clear skies and quiet weather. Temperatures generally into the 40s. We do have some warm spots, especially in Butler and Vidalia, with lower 50s respectfully. My overnight low, 39 degrees. So I'll talk about this upcoming work week's forecast coming up.
All right. Thank you, David. I'm ready to hear about that nightly warm up. And sad news tonight as we learned the state's commissioner of labor died after battling pancreatic cancer today. Bruce Thompson was Georgia's 10th commissioner of labor. He served in that role since 2023, and before then, he served as a Republican state senator. Several Georgia departments and leaders have taken to social media to honor him, saying aside from his work for the state, they'll remember him as a servant leader and an evangelist. Governor Brian Kemp posted in part saying, quote, his bravery and determination, along with his impact on others, will not be forgotten. And taking a look ahead to our work week, the Monroe County planning and zoning leaders are talking about bringing you beaver nuggets and brisket. Earlier this month, we told you Buc-ee's had chosen a place to build in the county, and now the P&Z board will hear the proposal for the 30-acre, 74,000 square foot facility. Now, some people off Rumble Road have signed a petition against the development, and you can come share your thoughts on the proposed Buc-ee's tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. at the County Commission building on West Main Street in Forsyth. Also this week, planes and trains are on display at the Museum of Aviation. We're taking a look at last year's event, and organizers say this year's display will be bigger and better than ever. This year they're celebrating their 16th year, and it's all hosted by the Middle Georgia Model Railroad Club. It started with one train around a single Christmas tree and expanded to over 1,500 feet of track. You can check it out all week besides Thanksgiving Day from 9 to 5. Plus, you can walk away with your own model train. They're holding a raffle on November 30th. Plus, Old St. Nick himself will be there on Friday and Saturday starting at 10 a.m. And earlier today, the Make It annual Skydog Music Festival honored the life and legacy of Dwayne Allman from the Allman Brothers Band. Folks were jamming out to band covers, but they also came together to support a great cause. Admission was free, but folks were asked to bring items like toothpaste or paper towels to support the Make It nonprofit Daybreak. The Resource Center helps the local homeless community by providing food, showers, clothing, and medical support. Daybreak's director, Sister Deborah Mallet, says the goal is to always help folks reach their own level of independence.
We're really trying our very best to get people back into the swing of things, to get people back into society again so they can claim their rightful place in society.
Mallet says their annual fundraiser is a huge help because it keeps their resource closet stocked for nearly the entire year. And it seemed like Georgia's own Kelly Loeffler was next in line to be in Trump's cabinet, but that changed when Brooke Rollins was nominated to be his agriculture secretary. After the break, we'll tell you about Rollins and the other cabinet picks you need to know.
And we hit 70 degrees today, and this warm-up will continue into the work week. I'll have more details about this upcoming Thanksgiving forecast after the break.
Stay weather aware. Follow the weather impact forecast on 13 WMAZ.